These are the Cowrie Couture earrings. Let's make them. Here are the materials you will need. 2 wire hoops, 2 earring hooks, 2 jump rings, 18 inches of chain, 2 pieces of 24 gauge wire, about 3 to 4 inches each. Those are for the dangles. 2 6mm beads, 2 cowrie shells, 2 6/0 seed beads, 32 8/0 seed beads, 16 4mm beads. And for the jewelry tools, you'll need flush cutter pliers, round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, and flat nose pliers. All right, let's clear our space and get started. Y'all, don't mind my cutting mat. It's seen a lot of crafts. The first part we're going to work on is the dangle. So you'll need your cowrie shells, your 6mm beads, as well as your 6/0 seed beads. Also, you want to grab your 2 pieces of wire. I used 3 inches in the video. I would actually recommend about 4 inches. You'll see why in a little bit. Take 1 piece of the wire and feed it through your cowrie shell. I have the shells that have already been pre-drilled with the hole, so that helps. You'll feed that through. And at about the halfway point, you'll fold the wire to itself. And you'll want to cross one wire over the other, and that's going to hold it in place and hold it close and taut to the cowrie shell. Once you've done that, twist the wire a couple of times to secure it. And again, bring the 2 pieces of wire back together. Then you're going to place your 6mm bead over both pieces of wire, and also grab your 6/0 seed bead and do the same. Once your beads are in place, you're going to grab your round nose pliers, and you're going to hold the 2 wires in between the nostrils of the plier. I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but that's what we're going with today. So put them between the pliers, and you want to leave a little bit of space between the pliers and the beads so you can wrap the wire around. So you're going to first wrap the wire around one side of the pliers to create your loop. As I remove the pliers, you can see the loop forming. So you want to keep the pliers in there to keep your loop steady. So then you're going to wrap the wire around the space that you left. I like to use pliers to do this to save my fingers a little bit. Sometimes I use my fingers, whatever is comfortable for you in the moment. I'm starting off with the pliers. You'll just want to continue wrapping the wires around the base of your loop until you get to the ends. Now see, I got to a point where I was like, all right, enough with the pliers. Let's use our fingers. Ultimately, it's a mix of both. And this part is why I was saying you might want to do 4 inches of wire instead of 3, because 4 inches will give you a little more of a wraparound effect and not leave the base of your loop looking bare. Once you finish wrapping, go ahead and reinsert your round nose pliers just to make sure the loop is fully shaped and formed the way you'd like it. And then you're just gonna adjust the wire and make sure that your dangle is hanging as straight as possible. All right, one cowrie dangle complete, and on to the next one. Both dangles are prepped and ready to go. Our next step is going to be preparing the chain. You should have 18 inches of chain, and we're going to cut that into 6 3-inch pieces to give the chandelier effect on the earrings. We have our 6 pieces cut, and we're going to use 3 pieces per earring. Grab your earring hoops and open one side. And we're going to start with our bead and chain pattern. I start off with 1/8 seed bead in cream, and then I go to 1 gold 4mm bead. And then after that, it's 2 seed beads, 1 gold bead, 2 seed beads, 1 gold bead. But in between the seed beads to start, there will be a piece of chain. So you got 1 cream seed bead, 1 chain, and then sandwich it with the other seed bead. Here's what we have so far: seed bead gold, seed bead chain, seed bead, and then gold, and continue that pattern. Now we've got all 3 pieces of chain on the hoop. So again, the pattern is, to make it easier, 2 seed beads in between each gold bead, and then a chain in between each seed bead. So once you have the 3 chains on, the next thing going in between the seed beads is going to be the cowrie shell dangle. And you'll need to grab one of the jump rings, and we're going to put the jump ring around the loop portion of the dangle. Once your jump ring is attached, you can slide that onto the hoop. Okay, this time we're not going to be adding a new piece of chain. We're going to take the first piece of chain, wrap it around, and slide the end of it onto the hoop. And this is going to start our chandelier effect. Continuing with the pattern, we're going to take the end of the second piece of chain and slide that onto the hoop in between your seed beads. And lastly, the third and final piece of chain is going to feed onto the hoop. Here's how all three chains look together, and we're going to go ahead and finish out that pattern with a seed bead, a gold bead, and a seed bead. To finish the earring, you can tuck the end of the hoop back in the tube. And then once I do that, I take the end of the hoop and my pliers and I fold the end of it up into the closure piece so that way it won't slide out on its own. One earring finished. Doesn't it look so pretty? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the hook on so you can see that part of the process as well. You might as well do the whole thing. I started to put the hook directly on the jump ring, but changed my mind. Let's put the jump ring onto the earring first. That way I can make sure that my hook is facing the correct direction. Also, if you want a little less movement in the earring, just a little, you can skip the jump ring altogether and just apply the earring hook directly to the hoop piece. One earring done. Let's go ahead and make the second one. And I'll speed it up a little bit. Here is the finished pair of earrings. All right, cooperate with me, lay nicely. Thank you. Let me know what you think about these earrings. If you decide to make them yourself, please send me a picture. I would love to see it. I will list all the materials in the description box below, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.